morning.
Good morning. 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's winter. It's winter. Welcome, everyone, to our President's Day edition of Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. I'm Anne.rossley, here with my dear friend and colleague, Kyle Harvey. We work for Baird & Warner's Gold Coast office, and we sell luxury real estate in downtown Chicago. We're here to talk about what's going on. So before we jump into it, Kyle, I had such a moving experience last night. I have to share this with you. I watched SNL 50. Did you see it?
No, because I saw a little bit of SNL on Saturday night, and they ran the first episode ever, and I was like, okay. Was it good?
See, I had the total opposite reaction. It was so emotional for me. Like, my life's history is kind of marked by SNL. I didn't watch it every week, but as they ran past stuff, it was like, oh, I remember when. And a lot of it was when I was in college, when I was young, and then, oh my gosh. And I had forgotten how, what do I want to say? I mean, it's not the kind of comedy you would see all the time. I don't know. It was just, I laughed so hard. I was texting with my brothers. It was amazing to me.
The stuff that I loved when we were young was how utterly silly it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like Land Shark.
Goat Boy.
Some
of it was so stupid.
So, but it was just random.
Oh, totally. Right. And you have to be in the right mood to watch it. And I think part of it was I was in the right mood last night, but they did a whole sketch on physical humor, which all their pratfalls and everything,
Julia Child with all the blood splurting.
Oh, they did that. Yes. And then, I don't think I told you this, but Thomas, when he was visiting Tom in Connecticut, was at the Westchester County Airport, and he saw Chevy Chase in a wheelchair. And so it was kind of sad when they showed the Chevy Chase falling thing, but then at the end of the show, I saw Chevy on his feet walking around. So that made me feel better. But,
well, sometimes people go on wheelchairs to cut the lines. I totally respect that.
Well, maybe that's what he was doing.
And
he
a way of keeping people away from him. He's a little bit of a, what do they say, a curmudgeon. And so maybe that was his way of keeping people away from him.
Well, that could be too. That could be, yeah. It's not like he was spry walking around last night. But anyway, I don't watch much TV, but I was really happy to see that. So I had to share it with you.
Oh,
so anyway,
yeah.
But 50 years, and it was most of my adult life that,
Well, so I'm doing this crazy thing called where you're trying to read a book a week for the year. So 52 books. And so I was reading.
You were reading. Oh, good for you. Yeah. I'm doing that same thing, 52 books a week. That's a fun.
Not 52 books a week. Because
No, not 52 a week, 52 a year. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. So anyway, all right, folks, personal stuff aside, we're going to do our typical stats. I have very light stats. Then Kyle has something wonderful to share with us. And then we're going to talk about oh, wait. Let's do our President's Day tribute now, shall we?
Let's do it. Yeah.
So last year we did this. I did it again this year, only this time it's in video form. So here we go. You ready?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
Pretty. This is great houses.
That's it.
Well, you know what?
All the houses on Lincoln Street. But it kills me. There's a Lincoln Street in every town in the Illinois, right?
Certainly. So what that did, that just on Lincoln Street shows all of the different architectural types that are very much present in Chicago. You got a real sense of what Chicago houses especially look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of fun. So
Did you know, which I learned, I forget where, yesterday, that Lincoln was the first president on a coin. Other than that, they had eagles and things like that. The
I did not know that.
the first president commemorated before George Washington.
Really?
Interesting. Well, there you have
Yeah.
it.
One of
Not
my
on a bill necessarily, on a coin.
One of my 52 books was Demon of Unrest. That's the Eric Larson about the Civil War and how it started, and it was interesting. A little depressing, but interesting.
That's one I might want to listen to. I might want to listen to that. You know, I do. I'm not
I
only
did,
reading,
and it was good in audio.
because sometimes just having that wash over you allows you to skip the boring parts.
Yeah, right. It was a lot based on diary entries, so it was good. Okay. Okay, so we keep going off track. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the snapshot because we're toward the end of the month now. And I just look at how few closed listings we have, but we've been talking about this. This is all of MRED weekly, everybody. Here's under contract, and under contract is coming up. Not as much as last year, but inventory is not as good as last year. New listings, though, we're having more listings, and hopefully that'll help. There are 32,700. We've had some weeks where there were 54,000. So, I mean, we're really low. I did do this. This is our lakefront communities, 16 days to show us in February where we're at. First of all, we have attached 758 new, 576 under contract. So a good portion of what's getting listed is getting sold. I mean, ratio wise, that doesn't mean the ones. What's interesting to me are the privates, 317 private.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Well, I know. And the same thing, look at this. I actually pulled up all the privates on the market in the lakefront communities to see. Some of them are coming to the active soon, but many of them are just sitting there. And I think people are just hoping they sell off the private market, or they're marking their 90 days. I don't know.
Well, sometimes what people will do is test a price. If the real estate broker and the seller have a different view of how much something's going to sell for,
right?
They'll test the price on the private network. If you don't get any takers, well, or it's suggestive about price. But I don't know. I would be very interested, and I'm not going to make you do this. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. What brokerages are doing the most privates? Because this past week,
clear cooperation, right?
This past week, Compass has announced a private, effectively MLS for its properties.
Yeah.
And so, which is outrageous.
I think I agree. Oh, sellers, please don't give in to that.
Don't fall for that baloney. I mean, it is utter baloney. All you have to do is take a look at the data. If Compass is selling to Compass, it is selling to a small slice of the market. It is not selling to a large slice of the market, to the entire market. It's selling to its agents, and that is really reducing the amount of people who see your property. I mean, just don't fall for this baloney.
It's horribly unfair to those sellers who are trying to get their property exposed to the most people to get the highest price. It just doesn't.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, okay, I'd be very interested. I will have to dig into that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting stuff.
So, all right, so share what you've got.
So it was interesting. I've had an open house at the Ambassador House the past 3 weekends, and the first weekend was very busy, both days. Well, first the Saturday, and then not on Sunday, and then the next weekend was quiet, which was last week. the weekend before this past weekend. And then this weekend, Saturday was busy and Sunday was quiet. So that tells me something. People are out and about doing open houses, but they're doing it on the day of their errands, which is Saturday. So
Right.
anywho, just information. Would you please pull up MBS housing, highway housing?
Okay. I'm trying to figure out which
Mhm.
ones. Is this it?
It is.
Okay.
People, I don't know why I have a frog in my throat, and I apologize. So MBS Highway Housing Index is something that the mortgage brokers, mortgage industry looks at. This is telling them what's going on in the market for them, because remember, they are the first line of indication of what's ahead for the market. And over the holidays, people tend not to call up a mortgage broker to say, I'm going to get ready to do this. So the activity level is often down. So this shows buyer activity and price direction for the coming spring market. So in January 2025, the activity, so let me start it first. It's 1 to 100, and 50 is the midpoint. 50 tells us below 50, it's not an active market. Above 50, it's a very active market. The market is growing, and below 50, it's stagnating or contracting. So this is talking to mortgage brokers what they should expect. And remember, typically the spring market has started in March, but it's been moving earlier and earlier, and people have started to notice that it starts to heat up in January and February. So in January 2025, for nationally, the buyer activity was 30, which is not unusual because you're coming out of the holidays. People have been doing other things. They're just getting around to thinking about it. They're starting to see what their bonuses were. They're starting to look. And in February 2024, so last year, there was a big jump. It went almost up to the midpoint, which is early for the market to get hot. So it really jumped up to 49 nationally. This year, it's only 38. I mean, it increased, but it didn't increase all that much. Now, that's national. We drop down to the Midwest, and we see that in buyer activity, again, is also 38 for the Midwest, and it was 51 last year. So it's saying, but that is across, as you see, across the Midwest. So that's North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. What's the other one underneath that? Is that
Kansas?
Kansas. I was going to say, I don't want to guess wrong. So it's a lot. It's a big swath of the country, and Chicago feels to animate hotter than as cool as they're suggesting.
Right.
But price direction looks positive. So price direction is the one below it. Nationally, the price direction is much cooler than it was last year in February. February was 60. It's the pink ones, everyone to the right. It's now only 44 rather than 60. But in the Midwest, it was 64 last year, and it's 49. So it's jumped. So there's some interest. Again, this is around the board, but interestingly, the Southwest, very down.
Right.
The Southeast, Florida people, very far down over where price direction. Price direction in February 2024 was 56. It's 30 now.
Right.
And remember, for a lot of these southern states, the winter is when they do a lot of their second home relocation selling.
Right.
So for those numbers to be this far down is very interesting. What do you think of all this?
No, I'm totally with you. The South and the Southeast really, I think, are what's keeping the national numbers moderate. If you look at the Northeast, which is, which includes where our other abode is. I mean, it's hot, hot, hot still. I mean, what is it, 68
68.
in the Northeast?
A
Crazy.
little down from the last year, 76, but not appreciably down. Very positive for the Northeast.
Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic is positive. The Northwest is a little down. It's
Right.
like 49, and the West, which is burned up,
Right.
is 50. So, but California and Nevada are always going to do well. So
Right.
very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for bringing this to us. This is a really interesting way. Excuse me. And as you said, people applying for mortgages, people getting pre-approvals is a real precursor to what's going on in the market. So instead of a lagging indicator, this is a what's happening right now or looking forward indicator. So it's very interesting.
It's the canary in the coal mine.
Right. Right.
So I'll look at this next year, and next month, and if it's interesting, I'll share it with you guys.
Terrific.
All righty.
Thank you. Okay. So where are we going now?
So I thought we'd just take a look at what's happening in my favorite neighborhood, the Old Town Triangle.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Old Town Triangle, this is not in the Old Town Triangle. This is on Wells Street, but it shows, and I usually do a summer picture, but it's 0 degrees out there, people. It looks like this. So I gave you the winter.
I love that picture, though. I love that gateway. It's so pretty.
Well, it's just, oh my God. So there are 2 houses, 2 single-family homes for sale in the Old Town Triangle. 2.
That's it. Just 2.
That's it. 2. And so I'm going to show you what the Old Town Triangle looks like. So Ogden Avenue did you see my cursor? Ogden Avenue no, you don't?
No.
On the left-hand side of the triangle is what used to be Ogden Avenue. And on the right-hand side is Clark Street. And on the south, or the bottom, is North Avenue. And Armitage is at the top. So that is what has long been considered the Old Town Triangle.
The real Old Town Triangle.
Well, the Old Town Triangle. The Old Town now has taken on a much more expansive definition to include places that are in the near north side. Old Town Triangle is 100% in Lincoln Park. There are parts of the near north side that have adopted the name Old Town for reasons that I cannot understand. Okay, so here are the 2 houses. This is a spec house. So it was bought 1 or 2 years ago, being worked on, and now it is being sold. And I wanted to, normally you people who watch the show see that I do big pictures so that you can spread so that the image is across the entire slide. They did pictures that are very hard to show. So plus you get this. They're asking pretty much 5.7 million. The taxes are artificially low right now, 23,000. If this sells for 5.6 million, that tax bill will go up to probably 100,000 or more. It's 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths. Some are in the lower level, and they've got this really cool coach house, and it's 6,400 square feet. So this is what they've done to the interior. Beautiful wood floors, created, because they took it down to not even the studs. They took it down to, gutted it. But they've created, and these are all virtual images, virtually enhanced images. But it's really pretty kitchen, don't you think?
It's very lovely.
A lot of dark wood, darkness, which I think is interesting. It shows, look at how pretty the wall of windows is at the back.
Pretty beam ceiling.
Yeah, the tray beams, whatever you call that ceiling, beautiful. And that's a nice, it's all very handsome. Very huge master suite or primary suite with a fireplace. I mean, really quite lovely. And high end. I wouldn't have put this silly old rug on it, but bathroom and beautiful laundry room. And they've got you could also have another laundry room in the basement. This is the pictures of the outdoor space.
So
Give
many
me,
vertical pictures, really interesting.
I wonder, and the horizontal pictures are too long, so they
Huh.
don't fit on the. I was like, oh, people. So you don't need to know my problems.
Wow.
Viewers. But it's high end and really it looks very attractive. So this is the backyard, such that it is, but pretty. And
Right.
then the coach house garage. So then they give you, instead of a floor plan, they give you this.
Oh, okay.
I don't like this. I can't, I get sort of dizzy looking down at this. I mean, good Lord. But so 2 cars, and then there's this little coach house extra place above the garage. Um, but that is this house. What do
Interesting.
you think of it? It's
I
been on the
think it's
market a while. It's on the
yeah.
private more.
Well, I think it's lovely. As you know, luxury's not flying off the shelves anymore.
Yes.
Um,
I'm gonna have to go to my printer. I'll be right back because I have the information on the other house.
oh,
Whoops.
go get it. Go get it.
Yeah, I didn't print. I'm out of
Folks,
paper.
you can see how lovely Kyle's home is in the photos as she stepped away.
Well, we're back, everybody, and I didn't find it, so we're gonna have to go based on Kyle's memory. The second house, we can pull up the second one, is 314 West Menominee Street. And this has been, so I lived around the corner from here growing up. And it's always been one of my favorite houses because it's loaded with charm. I mean, who doesn't love a sunshine yellow house?
And those
It
window
is,
flower boxes are so charming, aren't they? Oh,
yes. And it is 314 West Menominee Street. It's on the market for 1.9 million. And as Anne will tell you, that's pretty much at the high end of our sort of median point for houses in the area that we serve. Now, there's no garage, so you can park. There's a curb cut, and you can park on this space here, but there's also permit parking in Old Town, and so you can find a space if you want. This house was featured in Cranes this week. A couple bought it and really spent time bringing it back to the way it was and honoring the past as well as upgrading it. So as you'll see, beautiful wood. Kitchen, a little bit, the people who want to spend $2 million on a house do not want a galley kitchen, but it's perfect. It's for somebody who actually cooks. It's a pretty good kitchen. What do you think, Anne?
Yeah, I mean, somebody at that price point would probably expect to have a kitchen redone. They have the old white appliances. But to your point, it's very efficient. And I know you would like this because you like a galley kitchen and you like your kitchen hidden away. So
I would like it smaller than this. This is too big. So, you know,
yeah,
the
the
lake
stone's a
rock,
problem for me.
huh?
The stone around the fireplace is a problem for me.
But it's very Illinois. Those are lake rocks,
Look at you. That's
river
true.
rocks. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? It's very Illinois.
Flowing.
I would not have. So this in front of this table is a chair and ottoman, but it doesn't tell you anything about the room. This is another one where I'm sort of like, people, tell a
Yeah.
story. Okay, Anne, this is the primary bedroom.
This tells me that there is no closet space in this house, right?
Well, exactly. I would have pulled that stuff out,
For sure.
and but
And then if that were gone, it would look good. If they're really moving, they need to put that away, right? Holy cow.
I mean, first of all, that's a lot of cowboy boots, people. The Tyrolean hat, the handbags crammed in. I mean, people. Because then all people look at is your stuff.
Right. Well, just like you commenting on the
Yeah.
okay.
But then I love this bathroom. It's got a skylight. This is the primary bath. I mean, it's got a skylight, an old tub. I don't believe there's a shower in here, which is sort of a drag, but isn't it charming? I
It
mean,
is
good
charming.
heavens, charming. And then this room, this is one of the bedrooms. I just fell in love with as an angsty teenager, wouldn't you love to have this bedroom overlooking your little garden?
Yes, but again, I mean, it looks like they're using it as their painting room, and again, they wanna paint more than they wanna sell their home. Um,
My guess is this is an angsty teenager who said, "I'm not cleaning up my stinking bedroom. I'll make the bed, but that's it." But
yeah.
still, okay, this is the basement. My guess is the agent who's selling this place is a very um, experienced agent. These are the best pictures. Tidy up, but I did not find a bar. They did not show me a bar because people,
Oh,
I would have
I
shown you a
know, you
basement
love
bar.
a good basement bar, yeah,
I do.
but they do have the albums back there, which is
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah. No, and the turntable, the whole thing.
I have to tell you, it's got an Old Town vibe, doesn't
No,
it?
it is
The
entirely
artsy.
Old Town.
Yeah, yeah.
Entirely Old Town. But isn't this cute? I mean, this is what it
Oh
looks
my
like in the spring
gosh.
and summer, and during, the Old Town Art Fair, you're having a party. I mean, this is the backyard, and through this gate is another little yard, and
It's
this is what
adorable.
it's looked like over the years.
Oh my gosh, how did you find these? This is
This is on
awesome.
the MLS.
Oh, this agent was brilliant to do this part. Yeah, because 'cause you're selling the history of it. I love this.
It was
Oh, look
red
at
when we moved in.
1910. That is too good.
I love that they took down the gate because I remember this gate. They took down the gate, and look at it with the smart car. I mean, it's so adorable, people.
It is so cute. Yeah.
So, they had open house. It went on the market last week, on the open market. It was on the private network
I
for
gotta tell you, I think if this were my listing, this would be my first picture. I
absolutely. This is the
love
last picture.
this.
Isn't it darling?
Yes.
I know. So, I bet you it sells this week.
That
The
is
other
so
one won't
cute.
sell. This one will sell this week, I think. We'll see.
Yeah. How long has it been on?
It just started this week. They had 2 open
Okay.
houses yet this past weekend, and my guess is somebody in the neighborhood wants it because I want it. I mean, I don't want it because I don't need it, but oh,
I
charming.
know it is.
Yeah,
That is so cute. Ah,
that's all.
love it. Well, thanks for sharing. All right. So
We're
are we
off
on
next
next
week.
week? We're off
We are
next
off
week,
next week.
and then we'll be back 1st of March,
Is it the
whatever
1st
that
of
day
March?
is. Yeah.
No, it's whatever. It is, Casimir Pulaski Day. We'll be coming to you, broadcasting from another holiday, Casimir
Oh, and
Pulaski Day.
maybe I should wear my Polish Chicago t-shirt. I bought one of those at the History Museum. Being a Polish girl myself, I needed a Polish Chicago shirt.
Well, I'm very proud of our our large Polish population. So I don't have anything Polish, but I will have a bit of sausage.
I'm gonna have to think about what kind of tribute to Pulaski Day. Let's see what I can come up
Let's
with.
come up with something.
I
Well,
love it.
remember, he was a Revolutionary War hero.
Yeah, yeah,
So wasn't it Revolutionary War?
yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching. It was our pleasure to chat with you today. And Kyle, good to see you. And we will see you next time on Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social. Bye, everybody.